Hi and welcome. In this video I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the data that we show under our canonical content section. So if you go to the reporting tab, which you can access from the side menu anywhere within the site, as well as a number of other locations, you'll come across this tab, which is the reporting tab, or the summary tab of our reporting feature, that shows you all of the summary of the crawl data that we've collected from the website crawl, as well as some of the analysis that we performed. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about canonical content because I covered this in another video, but essentially canonical page is a page that has a self-referential canonical tag and is the typical page that you will look at during an SEO audit. Now, the first line of data that we see in here is pages with less than 100 words of content. And these are considered thin content pages. So thin content pages are less likely to rank in the search results and are something that you would want to look at on a site to address in order to add more content. Google needs content to read on a page to understand what that page is about, the sentiment of the page, and also provide you opportunities to target keywords throughout that content. Pages with less than 100 words don't offer that, and Google typically recommend a minimum of 250 words per page, although that is a rule of thumb, not a hard and fast rule that you always have to follow. There's always going to be sites on a page that have less than 100 words. You may have a contact page that has just a few words on it. These types of pages don't count, but you can review all of the pages that fall into this category by clicking on the number next to it for the latest crawl or the previous crawl, and that will take you through to a page that shows you all of the URLs and the word count, as well as their indexable, canonical, and in the sitemap. Now, once you come back to this page, you'll also notice that we provide thermometers to give you an indication of if the page is, or if the check that we've done is a particular type of error, the severity of that error. In this case, we've given it a minor error because it's just not always the case that it is a serious error. And if you click the drop down on that item, you'll see a description of the problem, the impact that that problem can have on your site, as well as the recommendation that we make, broadly speaking, to address that issue. You can also use this feature to compare crawls, so you can choose the latest crawl from here, compare them, and then you can see what has changed with regards to your content over time. In this case, nothing's changed. We've got the same number of pages that have essentially thin content, but we aren't worried about those pages, and so there's no big difference. But if you've recently performed a website migration, or you've updated your canonical tags, or you've revamped your content, crawling your site both before and after those changes just gives you the ability to look at that and make sure that the numbers make sense and that they aren't causing any kind of problem with the organic visibility of your site. So that is thin content, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks very much for watching.